overall mugging, stabbings, deaths. Those men raped that woman in India to death with an iron rod 4 feet long. You can't ban the iron rods. The guns, the iron rods, Pierce, didn't do it. The tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again.
Greetings, my fellow patriots. We are live. This is Live Free or Die. And there you go, Piers, you scumbag. 1776 will commence if you come and try and take our guns, you piece of crap, you dirtbag, you usurper, fake media scum. Ah! I love it. You're supposed to get angry. I hear a lot of criticism out here over Mr. One Alex Jones being on Mr. Piers Morgan. Oh, he should have been a little nicer. Oh, he should have acted properly, and this is not the way to do it. Well, I say it is the way to do it, damn it. When you go out to your little Yankee game and your little Jet game and you get all riled up for your team and you're all, well, that's how I get for the Constitution and my human rights and my basic Bill of Rights, damn it. That's how I feel. I get all hyped up and angry because that's what a real American is supposed to be like. Damn it! We need you to get out there and get in their face! Scumbags! All right, now on to my next story with my NPR voice. Ron Paul, this is from Paul Joseph Watson. Ron Paul, guns are Americans' line in the sand. Former congressman warns Obama's executive order gun grab could spark second American revolution. That's right, Senator Ron Paul says, if you come and try to take the guns, like Alex Jones said, 1776 will commence. That's why this flag is here, because the spirit of 1776 flows through my veins like you cannot even imagine. Hey, Governor Cuomo, you scumbag, you come and try to take my rights, I'm coming after you. Mayor Bloomberg, you want to ban everything in the world? Well, screw you, you piece of crap. Ooh, these people... Now this is how Americans are supposed to act. You want to label me as an extremist? I'm not an extremist. See, I can be calm. But I'm not going to be, you see? Because I'm tired of these tyrannical pieces of garbage telling me what I can do and what I can't do. Bloomberg, you scumbag, you're not gonna tell me what type of soda to drink, what type of sneakers to wear, you piece of crap. We'll get into that later. All right, we got plenty of news. All right, first we got Eric Holder reveals, let's just run through some of the articles I'm gonna be talking about today. Eric Holder reveals effort by government to demonize gun ownership. We're gonna talk about end user certificates. Statistics prove more guns equal less crime. Prominent rifle manufacturer killed in mysterious car crash days after posting psych drug link to school shooters. Obama signs bill giving him armed protection for life. Nanny Bloomberg strikes again, outlaws painkillers. Flu epidemic strikes millions of Americans already vaccinated against the flu. Illinois government wants gold registration. Kids visiting Disney World to be tracked by magical RFID chips. Wristbands. Oh, I'm all tensed up now. Oh, man. All right. First article on the agenda by Kurt Nemo, Infowars.com. Eric Holder reveals effort by government to demonize gun ownership. Breitbart contributor Charles Johnson has discovered video footage from 1995 that perfectly demonstrates the attitude of the federal government towards the Second Amendment and the so-called gun culture. Let's go to this clip. This is that scumbag Eric Holder in 1995. We know what you're up to. Explain fast and furious, you scumbag. Let's go to the clip.
We want to have, as part of the gun initiative, though, an informational campaign to really change the hearts and minds of people in Washington, D.C., and in particular our young people. They are saturated in the media and in entertainment, or by the entertainment industry, with violence. And I think too many of our young people, in particular our young men, are fascinated with violence, and in particular fascinated with guns. And what we need to do is change the way in which people think about guns, especially young people, and make it something that's not cool, that it's not acceptable, it's not hip to carry a gun anymore. In the way in which we've changed our attitudes about cigarettes. You know, when I was growing up, people smoked all the time. I mean, both my parents did. But over time, we changed the way in which people thought about smoking, and so now we have people who cower outside of buildings and kind of smoke in private and don't want to admit it. And that's what I think we need to do with guns. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday and then only do it every Monday. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
Well, there you have it. He said it, he straight up just said it. Brainwash people. We need to brainwash people to think a certain way. Well, you're not going to brainwash me. You're not going to brainwash my children. You're not going to brainwash my family, my friends, and everyone I love because they are educated. They will know. I am here to tell you. I am here to teach you. These scumbags, these armed scumbags walking around with bodyguards 24/7, armed to the T. They admit they have concealed carry permits and they concealed carry, but they do not want you, the slave, to carry. All right, let's go on to this next article. This is a Live Free or Die exclusive. We're going to have a new segment on this show. It's going to be called The Dean's List because I have an inside reporter here. We'll just call him the Dean. He's the Dean of Knowledge to me because he brought up this magnificent fact about Peter King and John Kerry, who were part of the Council of Foreign Relations Subcommittee, something like that. And apparently they have signed, you want to know where the guns are coming from? You want to know where their guns are going? Let's look at the munitions bonds, okay? That Peter King, the representative from New York, the Republican scumbag, and John Kerry, the Democratic scumbag from Massachusetts, basically signed these munitions bonds so that weapons can be made and then sent over to foreign countries like Mexico, Operation Fast and Furious, like Yemen, Mali in Africa. And then also what you need to have when you produce and give these guns and buy these guns, you need end user certificates. People, let's look into the end user certificates that Hillary Clinton has signed. Okay? Because after they bring in the munitions bonds and they make the guns, and then the guns get, they have to have end user certificates so they can, declare where they go. And apparently, Peter King, John Kerry, and Hillary Clinton, along with Barack Obama, are responsible for transferring weapons all around this world, apparently. And they're talking about taking our guns. How about we take your end user certificate privileges? Let's look at the end user certificates and the munitions bonds for the past 10 years, okay? Why don't you talk about that, fake stream media, you scumbags? All right, now that we got off that off my chest. This is moving on to another report by Paul Joseph Watson, InfoWars, of course. Statistics prove more guns equal less crime. He got this off of the FBI website, and he says despite the onslaught of media propaganda in support of the Obama administration anti-Second Amendment agenda in the aftermath of Sandy Hook shooting, the statistics clearly illustrate that gun control does not reduce violent crime, and in fact has the opposite effect. Whenever you take away the guns, like here in New York City, the only people who have the guns are the criminals, are the gangsters, are the gang members, are the scumbags, okay? And we can't defend ourselves. Chicago, total ban on guns, has the highest murder rate in the country, 532 murders in 2012. Total ban on guns. That goes to show you how gun control works, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Do you want to know, this is from the FBI website, the number one killer in the United States today is tobacco use. Number two, medical errors. As a matter of fact, firearm homicides are at the bottom of the list here. More people get killed with knives, bats, and hammers and poisons than firearms in this country. But no, they won't talk about that on the main scumbag media, the fake media. They won't talk about the mass murder suicide pills. Yeah, you won't talk about that, right? All right. let's move on to another subject. I have another Live Free or Die exclusive. I was approached by a good friend today, and he didn't want me to report on this right away, but I think I have to, because this story just seems to be too deep and too creepy for me. You gotta know, because if let me just tell the story. All right, there's this rapper, this rap mogul. His name was Capital Steez. Capital Steez. I'm sorry, Capital Steez. His name was Jamal, I believe, his real name, and he committed suicide allegedly on Christmas Eve. And I was approached with this information. This is a friend of the family, and he says Capital Steez actually wrote in his diary why he may have killed himself. And this all goes back to Jay-Z and the Illuminati, okay? Jay-Z was going to sign this guy in the Illuminati, and he was going to take him on tour, promised him a beautiful big contract, but Jay-Z had this little clause. He says, if you want to get down, you got to get down with me in bed. Allegedly. This is all alleged. And you got to have sex with the Game, another rap mogul, and you got to have sex with all our Illuminati rappers, and you have to sacrifice someone you love dearly, like either your mother or your sister, because they're the closest to you. And Capital Steez apparently rather have sacrificed himself, according to his diary that was read by his family, because he couldn't go through sacrificing his mother or his sister. So there are some serious Illuminati, Luciferian sex going on in the rap industry that you should know about. And I had to get this out because I don't like holding information. When you hold information, stuff happens, okay, people? Let me just tell you right now, I will not kill myself. I will never, ever kill myself. Okay? I will never harm anybody else unless it's in self-defense, okay? If they plant drugs on me, I don't use drugs, okay? If they say I went home and killed my wife and my whole family in a murder-suicide, it's not true. I will not do that. If they find me in a hotel with a hooker dead, they killed me, okay? Just to put it out there, okay? Because this is dangerous information that I'm putting out there, okay, people? All right, moving on. Prominent rifle manufacturer killed in mysterious car crash days after posting psych drug link to school shooters. This is from Mike Adams, naturalnews.com. What you are about to read is astonishing. I am not even sure what the right conclusion to draw from it. But here's what we know so far. You can go to naturalnews.com. Basically, this is a prominent gun owner, Joe Noveski, from NoveskiRifleWorks.com. He was apparently murdered. He has one of the biggest. He's one of the biggest gun manufacturers in this country. Also, another mysterious murder was the FPS. The Russian guy who shoots all the guns on YouTube, he was killed as well. A lot of people who are pro-Second Amendment are being purged, are being assassinated, are being killed. So, like I said before, if anything should happen to me, it was them, okay? It was them, it was not me. What else? And the reason why this guy may have been killed, because on his last post to his Facebook page, this was Mr. John Novowski of NoWowskiRifleWorks.com. His last post on Facebook was basically breaking down all the kids who were involved in school shootings and how they were taking these drugs, Prozac, Zoloft, Luvox. And the first one was Eric Harris, Columbine, age 17, first on Zoloft and Luvox. Dylan Klebold as well. Jeff Weiss, age 16, prescribed 60 milligrams of Prozac when he shot his grandfather and his grandfather's girlfriend, and then went to his school in Minnesota and shot 10 and 12 wounded, killed 10, 12 wounded, then killed himself. Carrie Bascard, age 16, Washington State High School on Paxil. also brought his wife into school and held 23 classmates hostage. Chris Feathers, age 13, killed his favorite aunt while taking Prozac. Christopher Pittman, age 12, murdered both of his grandparents while taking Zoloft. Matthew Miller, age 13, hung himself in his bedroom closet after taking Zoloft for 6 days. Kip Kingle, age 15, on Prozac, Ritalin. Luke Woodham, age 16, Prozac, killed his mother and then 2 students. It goes on and on and on. Andrew Golden, age 11, on Ritalin, when he shot 15 people, killing 4 students, 1 teacher. T.J. Solomon, age 15, on Ritalin, high school student in Congress, Georgia, opened fire and wounded 6 of his classmates. Rod Matthews, age 14, Ritalin, beat a classmate to death with a bat. James Wilson, age 19, various psychiatric drugs, killing 2 young girls and 2 teachers. Elizabeth Bush, age 13, Paxil, was responsible for a school shooting in Pennsylvania. And it just goes on. There's like a list of names here. I would be here the whole half hour just reading this whole damn list of names. All right? So if you want the whole list of names, just go to naturalnews.com. Mike Adams has the report. Health Ranger. Good guy. Let's see what we got here. Oh, boy. Let's open up the phone lines, 212-245-7273. We are live. It is January 12th, 2013. 212-245-7273. I want your thoughts and your comments, people. And let's keep the shampoo bottles out of it this week. Even though some people seem to like that guy. I don't know. All right, anyway, moving on to my next story. Paul Joseph Watson, of course. Obama signs bill giving himself armed protection for life while simultaneously launching effort to disarm the American people. This is, here we go, people. I got a call. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up there, buddy?
You watching live?
No, I'm not watching you live. You live right now?
I'm live right now. You're on the air.
Oh, all right, no.
Do you have a comment? What do you think about guns, brother?
I think about guns, I love them.
That's right. Tell the people what you feel about the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms.
I think that we should be able to bear guns. That's why Switzerland is one of the most safest countries in the world. And the less crime.
That's right, brother. Well, I appreciate the call. I'll call you after the show, all right?
You got it, brother.
All right. That's a good friend of mine. We'll keep him anonymous for now. I don't know if he wants his name revealed. But there you go. You know, so many people love guns, and I love guns. And, you know, more guns equal less crime. You have it right there. I lost my train of thought on a thought I had. Oh, well, let's take this other call. Caller, you are on the air.
Yeah, I would like to say the guns don't kill people. Manias and dumbass people kill. As for the jail cells, that should be fixed because they're not doing nothing for society.
Absolutely.
They go to jail, they got food, they got clothes, they got everything. Start making the rules higher and they're going to get change. Thank you. Wolfman, New York.
Appreciate the call, Wolfman, New York. Right on target there. These prisons are basically colleges for criminals. You get sent to prison, you learn how to do more crime. Okay, all these narcotics, people who are not locked up for narcotics, basically, are basically the most of the prison population. And it's a joke. It really is. And they learn how to do more violent crime. And like I said, it's like a college. And even if you take away the guns, you can still kill people with a knife. You can still kill people with a bat. Like I said, the people kill people more with knives and bats and fists in this country. Are we going to ban those as well? No, I don't think so. But meanwhile, like I said, Obama signs a bill giving him armed protection for life. For life. Wow, I can't afford an armed guard for life. I can't even afford an armed guard right now. Damn it. Oh, these people are scum, I tell you, man. You need to snap out of it and wake up, okay? Break out of the matrix already. All right, moving on to my next article. Nanny Bloomberg strikes again, outlawing painkillers. Guns and large soda drinks are just the beginning. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg has once again extended the reach of the state, this time outlawing the use of painkillers. Yeah, you know, Bloomberg is now saying to the hospitals, if you get a patient who is injured or whatever and is experiencing a lot of pain, you're only allowed to give them 3 days worth of pain medication. They are incrementally taking away our rights. This is like a beta test. I told you, it started with the cigarettes, then moved on to the salt, the soda, and then pretty soon they're going to be telling us, you can't wear those type of jeans. You can't wear those jeans below your ass. Even though that probably should be a law, but that's a person's right. If he wants to walk around the street with his ass hanging out like a little sissy man from jail, because that's where it comes from, that shows that, you take it. You know what I mean. If you want to do that, that's your right. This is America. Bloomberg, people, we have to stand together. We have to stop this tyrannical bastard, Michael Bloomberg, from incrementally taking away our rights one by one with these little beta tests. Oh, how far can I go? How far can I go? How far can I go? I'm telling you, pretty soon he's going to be telling you what sneakers to wear. Think I'm lying. Think I'm joking. All right, moving on. This is from Mike Adams, naturalnews.com. Flu epidemic strikes millions of Americans already vaccinated against the flu. Hold on, caller, I see ya. The USA is an unofficial flu pandemic right now. I'm sure you've heard here in New York, they're all saying, go out and get those flu shots, get those flu vaccines. Well, let me tell you a little story, people. This week at work, I ran into 5 people that had the flu. And of course, I had to ask them. I asked them all, excuse me, did you take the flu shot? I just want to know, because I took the flu shot. Really, I didn't. I was just lying to them. But I said, did you take the flu shot? Every single one of them said, yes, I took the flu shot. And then one of them got wise to what I was doing, and it was an older lady, and she said, but it wasn't the flu shot. It wasn't that. Because I took it a month ago. So it couldn't have been that. And I'm like, oh, no, ma'am, I didn't mean that. That's what I had to say. Yeah, I took the flu shot, but I didn't take the flu shot. I would never take that damn flu shot, okay? The last time I took a flu shot, I was in grade school because my mother sent me to the doctor and forced it on me, basically, because God bless her soul, she didn't know any better. Had she known better, she would have never gave me that damn flu shot. As a matter of fact, later on in life, she stopped, as I can recall, because anytime you got that damn flu shot, guess what? You get the damn flu. And most of these Americans who are coming down with this flu here in New York have the flu. Caller, call back. Line's open. So, and you want to know what's in these flu shots? You got aluminum, mercury, MSG, formaldehyde. These metals and chemicals also suppress the immune system. And, let me tell you another little story. My wife, I gotta love her. She stands up. She's grown a pair, I gotta tell you. Anyway, took my little baby daughter to the pediatrician, and I probably shouldn't even be talking about this, but anyway, I'm going to. Took my little baby daughter to the pediatrician. Pediatrician says, flu shot time. And my wife goes, no flu shot. No, thank you. And the doctor says, okay, I have to advise you because it's my job and the dangers and all that. And I think you should take the flu shot, And then she looks around. And she says, personally, I don't take it and I don't give it to my kids. Good job. Don't tell anyone I said that. Even though I'm supposed to, that I'm not even going to say anymore. Basically, the doctor said, good job for not giving my child the flu shot. Thank you, doctor. All right, moving on. Kurt Nemo, Infowars.com. Illinois government wants gold registration. Control freak and revenue hungry government wants to audit gold sales. Yes, they want to start registering gold. If you go and you want to buy a nice gold chain or a gold coin, they're saying basically you cannot pay with cash anymore, and your gold, we're gonna have to register that gold, okay? Or register your name like a gun registration list, or like a sex offender. If you buy gold or precious metals now, you're gonna have to register. This is what I mean, people. We are losing our freedom, and we don't even know it, most of us. We are so docile in listening to the fake stream media, we have no clue what the hell is going on. It's just a sad day, I tell you. And, I don't know how much more of this I can take. The first chance I get, I want to move the hell out of this city, and I advise you to do the same. I would love to move to Texas, because at least Governor Perry in Texas is standing up for the Second Amendment. Unlike our governor, Governor Cuomo, that piece of crap, screaming and ranting. It's all right for Governor Cuomo to scream, but you ridicule Mr. Alex Jones for screaming at that red coat British usurpant scum. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully one day I can move to Texas or some free state like that. Anyway, our last article is from Steve Watson, Infowars.com. Kids visiting Disney World to be tracked by magical RFID wristbands. Theme park prepares children for very real police state. Yes, now when you go to your Disney, you're going to bring the kids to Disney World, and they're going to have this little wristband that can track you and tell your child's age. So when you walk up to Mickey Mouse can say, "Happy birthday, Timothy. I know you're 7 years old. I know where you live. I know your credit card numbers. I know your address." And, basically, it's a beta test by the Pentagon. The Pentagon made that in Disneyland to run a beta test on the American people to spy on them, okay? That whole thing is like I said, it is a laboratory to run on America. What they do in Disneyland, they plan to do throughout America. And it's just a sad state of affairs, I tell you. Very sad. So don't get any of these evil chips. Don't fall for it, people, because they're coming. They're coming. And I will not stand for it, because the spirit of 1776 will strike again if you usurper bastards come and try to take my rights. All right, show's over, people. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. Ah! Ah!